The devolved government should have a say, of course, but it's got to be a central decision to lift the lockdown, hasn't it?
Bill, I think we have to have a dose of reality into this debate. You talked about masks earlier. Boris Johnson should wear a mask permanently, a mask of shame. We were too late going into lockdown. We did not introduce proper testing procedures or strategies. We now have the largest death rate from COVID-19 in the whole of Europe, second only in the world to the United States of America. We have had a disastrous strategy as far as personal protective equipment for those in the front line of dealing with COVID-19. Every single commitment this government has given has been a tissue of lies. Lies as far as testing is concerned, lies as far as PPE equipment is concerned, lies as far as the herd immunity strategy that they started off with in relation to the start of this crisis. Why, therefore, should we continue to follow a government that has been wrong in every single aspect?
One thing, Tommy, where it's right, is we've got to get the whole country back to work. And after all, the suggested measures Boris Johnson may well introduce on Sunday are very limited indeed, very mild in effect.
We have to get the country back to work when it's right and safe to go back to work. All of the conditions currently on the table show that we still have a deadly virus that has not been dealt with properly. People are still dying, nearly 500 more in the last 24 hours. The largest death rate in Europe, going into lockdown later than the rest of Europe, starting to test later than the rest of Europe. We were too late to go into lockdown. We certainly shouldn't be too early coming out of lockdown.
But looking at the situation now, surely we know...
not by problems.
Right, we know that poverty due to the virus could actually kill more people if the lockdown continues.
Poverty was killing a lot of people before the lockdown, Bill. Let's remember the United Nations stated 120,000 premature deaths due to government austerity over the last 10 years. So we won't take any bleatings from Tories now about deaths from poverty. They weren't caring about deaths from poverty before the lockdown. Now the billionaires and the millionaires are calling for a quicker cessation of the lockdown because they want to make profit. They're losing money. We should have a universal basic income introduced during lockdown, and perhaps one that should stay there after lockdown to make sure there are no deaths from poverty. That should be dealt with by central government, not coming out of lockdown when it's far too early.
When people hear this sort of criticism, what do you say to the fact that maybe you're trying to politicise this? Scottish and Welsh administrations playing politics here. Of course, it's Nicola Sturgeon's interest to look like she really is standing up to Westminster.
Bill, there are few certainties in life. Taxation and death are two of those certainties. But a third certainty is politics never dies. Everything is political. Wars are political, and this health crisis is political. Politics by another means. It is political that health workers have died unnecessarily because they didn't have proper PPE equipment available. It is political that we are now at the top of the death league in Europe because of those who are contracting the virus. More people in the UK are dying after contracting the virus because of the inadequate health service after 10 years of government cuts.